Rock Bottom Coins is the #1 place to get your Madden coins. If you make coins for my videos, sell them to Rock Bottom. If you're buying, use my code GUTBOX for 10% off. Hey, Gutbox here. Welcome to Market Monday, and oh my gosh, is there so much to talk about right now. Continuing on with Pack Strike, I want to hear from EA what they're planning on doing going forward, but the content schedule this upcoming week is pretty juicy, and we're going to be able to make a lot of coins off the market this week. Without a doubt, it's going to be one of the best weeks of all time this entire year. Okay, it's right up there with like Christmas presents and then them opening type of coin making. Okay, so here's the sketch. We got AK today, Team of the Week tomorrow, Gridiron Guardians, Team Diamonds. They said we're getting a promo coming Wednesday. But one of these two, Wednesday, maybe both Wednesday, Thursday, Legend Saturday. I don't know. They're not very specific. They might talk about it tomorrow on GMM at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. But that's something. Team of the Week cards on their way. Devonta Smith. He looks nice, I will say. Nice. Okay. Pretty good. He's not Megatron. We'll see. The Psycho card that we're getting will be this Lamar Jackson Limited. And this is going to have major repercussions on the market. Let me just shrink in this a little bit. And Lamar here, 90 speed. So he's right up there with Vic as those, mega quick quarterbacks. We also have only 89 throw power on him. He is a scrambler archetype. We have his BND that'll be available for training, as you see it right here, direct training purchase. So they do these things. The BND's not as good, but it looks all right for 87. Really, the limited, the set feet lead for 3 AP is going to make him like a zone killer, right? I still don't think he's going to be as good as Aaron Rodgers in this meta, but he is looking like a crazy card and a very popular name. And as you guys know, there's certain things in this economy that drive up prices and prices of cards, right? Quality of the card, name on the card, how easy it is to get that card. And you know what? Lamar Jackson, probably one of the premier superstars in the NFL right now. So a quarterback of his caliber, of his name, in training packs tomorrow, it really only means one thing to me, which is an inflated training market. So people are going to be grabbing training tomorrow, and we did see a little bit of a market crash today with Team Diamonds, which we're going to get to in a little bit. So I don't mind going ahead. I think 85s I saw at a pretty cheap rate. People were selling off. Go ahead and filter down. Look for 85s. It's way too high at 37, but you can get those 85s, 33, 32 type of area. Generally, you want to filter by newest. So definitely look to invest, in my opinion. Try and find some snipes for training, as I think if you want to roll for it tomorrow, get it now. 34. You can find it lower than that, but that's what I want to talk about. I think training is going to go up tomorrow with that Lamar, as people are going to be grabbing cards to roll for that limited, okay, in the roll. Okay, so we also had EA finally acknowledge their errors, which is nice, right? Well, we just wanted some communication, house rules rewards not being granted, trophy packs not being granted of Super Bowls, and coins not being granted from head-to-head seasons. So they did acknowledge some of the pain. I hope they keep doing that. With the schedule, we also have Gridiron Guardians coming up, so part 2 of that. I don't really love a lot of the investments in Gridiron Guardians. Like 79s right now, psycho priced because of the comp pass. We talked about it a couple Market Mondays. Probably one of the best investments you can make are 79s right before the new comp pass over and over, and 80 overalls the same way. But we'll talk about that when we get to comp pass and why that is again, But Gridiron Guardians Part 2, because of that reason, I don't know if people are going to buy the old 88s through the new sets, because the old 88s will spit out the old 88s, and you might make a little bit of scratch early on, but that'll soon, kind of come back together, and the market will just, equilibrize. That's totally a word. And you'll be fine on that. So I don't love, sort of investments in there. You maybe, I don't know, maybe for the 83s, if you can find them super cheap to make the bigger sets. But of course, overalls can change. But I don't think overalls are going up. We just got them up to plus to 91. So anyways, let's get off of that. We'll talk about training going up, cards going up. But I do want to talk about why low elites and golds are so expensive right now, why they're going for so much. We're just selling off some of our dupe low golds right now. But we also listed up some high golds too, Come on, let's go, menus. Wrap it up. Thank you. So, if you guys recall, we get a new field pass every 2 weeks, and in that field pass, people need to do the set, right? The sets for those comp rewards right away. So the 82 to 83 exchange, 80 to 81 player exchange. So that drives up the value of the components of that, because everybody in the entire world basically does that, that plays mud on any sort of level. So I highly recommend investing in these things. We've had it for a couple in a row. I don't know if they'll change the sets going forward, but it's happened the last few, and it looks like it'll probably keep going down the road for the comp pass. So one of the better investments in the game, especially if they keep doing this. I'm sure one time they'll change it up and really screw us over, but for now, it's looking like, you know, you can double your coins in one day just by investing in that stuff, because they're so low right before it goes over. I also want to talk about Team Diamonds. Okay, Team Diamonds are like the big thing on the way, right? Now, there's a lot of talk about what this does to the market. We've seen the market drop just a little bit tonight. We've seen training really kind of sitting around like mid to high 20s. We're seeing easy stuff going at like 24 for 83. So like, as you guys know from my last video, my Market Sunday, where I talked about, you know, Grant's roles, and the training variety pack basically puts a bottom on the market. Because once you're buying below that training level, which we estimate somewhere between 23 and 24 training per, you're going to print coins just by doing the TVP, okay? So with the TVP here holding up the bottom on the market, what does that mean for the rest of it and going forward? That means the only cards that we can perceivably see crash because of this pack will be those cards that are well above training value right now. You see set pieces that are maybe expensive. We talked about those 88s in Gridiron Guardians. I think those are like, you know, 30, 40K above training. Potentially, I don't know. But otherwise, it would be top cards, right? I know a lot of people they got investments, they got God Squads. With Team Diamonds, we could potentially see, because last year, if you recall, and I'll bring up the Team Diamonds thing from last year, we had... it's the wrong Team Diamonds. Madden 22. We had a whole bunch of 90 overalls. Like, all these cards right here are 90 overall on your page right here. So if we get 32 90 overalls and then one big 95 overall MasterCard, people are going to be liquidating for this through the sets. And I oftentimes get questions, hey, Fox, how many coins do you think I need to do Team Diamonds? Because as you're making the Team Diamond sets, you're going to make them and then sell the card you get out of it. Now, we don't know how much better and how much more those cards are going to go for this year, because last year we had power-ups, and those power-ups were actually quite a chunk of change. I'd expect that all kind of fold into the big card. We'll see if the big cards are pullable. Maybe they'll put them in packs somehow and lower their value. That's happened in the past. But overall, generally, you know, 1 million to 2 million coins to basically do the entire Team Diamond sets, and you should be able to make it as long as you're not dumb about it, right? The biggest tip I can give you is, if a gold is overpriced, come back later, circle back around for it, because it should be going down in price. Like, and that's one of also the things I will say about selling your cards is look for if you have golds, look for a gold, because like, depending on the time of day, a lot of these golds will either be flooded or there'll be like none on the block, and it will vary through the game. So if you have one that like goes up and down, some of these like low golds, I think they were like 20 to 30K at some point for some of these like lower end golds. So they could have a huge impact. Like, I think it was like low end Lyman last year, if I recall correctly, but I might be wrong about that. So that's there, okay? That's out there. So that's just one thing. Don't like push it too hard on one set. You will end up losing coins if all you do is just buy them straight at whatever price they're out there. But people will end up doing that. So you want to be the one getting your coin coffers raised, because people are overpaying for golds too. So it's both ends of the spectrum on that buy and sell. So with that said, what are good investments? I think buying cards near training value is always safe, right? Because if it comes to shove, right? Like I talked about, the floor, the training floor, if you're buying them near 24, they can't go down, okay? Because of the TVP and what it's printing out. And if they go down dramatically, just quick sell a card and roll a TVP and a long enough sample size over time, you will break even or profit. So buying cards. It's generally the cards that are higher up that really spike well. Now, we don't know. They probably won't do 88s again this year. They didn't do 88s last year. There might have been 1 or 2 87s in the sets last year. I will say last year they did have an 87, 88 wild card, which actually ended up not spiking those very much, but really like 86s are safe. So you probably want to get, if you're going to do a Team Diamond set, like the core elites, and I would even recommend the rookie premieres since they're putting them in TVPs. Maybe grabbing those, especially around training value, since tomorrow there's gonna be a lot of rookie premieres hit the block. I would say tomorrow during Team of the Week, because the amount of people rolling TVPs, is not a bad time to go ahead and grab your rookie premieres from this, because people are gonna have it. They're gonna going for the limited in the pack, and they're just gonna be selling off. So it's not a bad idea to do those rookie premiere, because you'll be getting them near training value, and if they're not in the set, boom, you got the training back anyways, and you can profit or not lose through that ways. So FYI, rookie premieres, maybe get this tomorrow. I would take a look at the other, go ahead and grab core elites if you want. I don't expect a huge rise on the low core elites, but you never know. They could change sets up on it. I mean, sets on the first Team Diamonds, I believe the last couple of years have been pretty consistent with each other. We would expect them to do it again. The biggest problem is there is a hurricane in the region hitting like Wednesday or Thursday-ish, which could delay content. So just be aware if you got your, all your investments in that, they might delay stuff due to the hurricane. Hopefully EA's better lately since the pandemic, working from home, working from a distance, sheltering maybe. But obviously there are bigger things than MUT. It's, human beings being safe. So, Team Diamonds. What else? We talked about low golds on Team Diamonds. We talked about, what could happen there. Patience. Training market could say that, I talked about that, the top end cards dying off. Because, especially if, say if you have, a 91 card and, a Team Diamond comes out at the position, and it's I really don't know how much they're going to go for. But, say you got, Forrest Gregg or Evans or something, and some of these cards, a few hundred K, if Team Diamond comes out, and, maybe it's not as good, but it's, right there with it, competitive, and it's, half the price, we could see the prices of the top cards going down too. Now, I don't expect a Team of the Week or a Team Diamond, unless it's the 95 overall, to compete with Herman Moore. So there is that portion of it that some of these top end cards, they won't be beat, but dude, Crabtree, you could see a guy compete with that, with Fitz. Casper won't be touched in my opinion. I think he'll probably still be the best tight end in the game. Some of these things top end, Night Train Lane, Charles, Rod, Atwater, there'll probably be somebody that matches that. 6 for 3 is really nice too. But anyways, we're going to get a flood of 32 top-end cards plus the Team Diamond. I don't really see teams, if you have them over trading value, going up with that. More likely they're going down. And that's kind of be on the lookout for the Team Diamond sets. I would go ahead and invest in extra cards. Like I said, 86s are pretty safe. 87s if you're feeling real risky. 85s are all right, but once you get to the mid 80s or low 80s, they don't go up as much, as they are plentifully supplied through both exchange sets and just random coin packs, and that's just kind of how it is, right? It's the rarer cards out of packs that tend to go up a little bit more. So with that said, hopefully this Market Monday helped you. I'm trying to see, I really feel like I'm forgetting something. But that's kind of what I want to talk about with the training market and the floor and what to invest in for Team Diamonds. That's it. See you tomorrow for Team of the Week.